She is the author of The Complete Marriage Counselor, Relationship-Saving Advice from America's Top 50 Couples Therapists, Love Lessons from Bad Breakups, and Q&A dating book, and the soon-to-be-released book, How Does That Make You Feel? True Confessions from Both Sides of the Therapy Couch. A Shades contributor, Sherry Amatenstein, reading, I Am Learning to Love My Depression.
Not one of the things I get depressed about. I am a therapist. When a patient expresses suicidal ideation, I invariably preach, there is always another choice. And I believe that to the bottom of my ugs. Still, in my heart of hearts, soul of souls, I don't dismiss that one day I might down a bottle of pills. I have no imminent plans and don't foresee it happening, but I will never say never, because never is a scarily long time. Many times patients have cried in desperation, how can you help me? You don't understand what depression feels like. I tell them, I don't know exactly what your depression feels like, but I do know what it is to lose all hope. I am 8 years old, burrowed in my mother's lap in the shiny kitchen of our gold-carpeted house on Kruger Avenue in the Bronx. I am robotically eating potato chips from a Charles Chips tin. Mom has just finished telling me for the third time this month about being 13, escaping from the Nazis, and then allowing herself to be captured a few weeks later because she was going to a concentration camp eventually. Why not go the same day as her best friend? My father, also a survivor, doesn't contribute his tales of trauma. It's not necessary. His hazel eyes are permanently haunted. That night, and many nights before and after, in bed, I cry into my fat toy poodle's fur. Fifi, yes, I named her Fifi. I don't know how long I want to stay in such a mean world. If I didn't have you, I don't know if I could bear it. All week, I tick off the hours to Sunday night when Mom and I snuggle in her bed. Dad is in the basement listening to worn LPs of Madame Butterfly and Figaro. Fingers intertwined, Mom and I watch Sonny and Cher exchange passive-aggressive banter. Cherubic chastity propped between them. I feel safe, light, whole, but darkness tints the edges of my psyche. Tomorrow is school. I have friends at PS 96, even served as class president, a position that rotates monthly. But to get there, I have to go out into the world, a world that kills and maims and tortures, a world that often feels painful as a kidney stone. When an optimistic thought burrows its way up my throat, I bite the words back, voicing, Adam Sherman will ask me to the school dance is a kinahora. This Yiddish term roughly translates into, who are you to expect fate to dish out something good? Fa, you will suffer now. Alas, refusing to believe Adam will ask me out doesn't deliver him to my door. However, not expecting my crush to crush on me is a win for a career depressive. Less severe disappointment when the inevitable happens. In these pre-therapist days, no one tells me that my all negative, all the time mindset is a self-fulfilling prophecy. My internal Debbie Downer, however, doesn't prevent me from being a rah-rah find your happiness coach for others. The pleaser at home. How could I ever want to make trouble for my parents who have endured the unendurable? I'm the one classmates gravitate to for advice, the person who stays sober at frat parties so others can be reckless. I even helped my friend Anne sneak her stuff out of her super strict father's house. a plan that backfires when her father comes running after our car, scraping his bare feet on the gravel, crying and screaming, "Don't leave!" Watching their fierce hug, the high of the reunion, clearly making both certain their relationship will automatically be blissful, I experience what I have come to call sad belly, a pit deep, dark, and endless. People don't know how not to hurt and disappoint each other, I think. Anne and her dad's negative cycle will likely resume within a week. A millennial I'll call Sam, whose father committed suicide, asks at one session, "How can I keep going with this horrible pain?" I answer, what he did is never something you're going to get over. But last week, you laughed and talked about a great date you'd gone on. Pain isn't a constant. There's an ebb and flow. Looking out a train window, there can be a gorgeous view you want to hold on to, but darn, you whiz past it. Then there's an ugly sight out the window you don't want to see. The train whizzes past that too. He takes a Kleenex from the ever-present tissue box on the sienna oak table between us and wipes his eyes. If I'm happy sometimes, am I disloyal to my dad? When I feel good, I tell myself I'm a horrible person. I stifle a gasp. Sam's question sends a stream of light into the heart of my sad belly. I say to my patient and myself, every time you attack yourself, you dig that negativity deeper. It's emotional junk food, no nutrients. Second, you honor your parents' lives when you build something good and nourishing for yourself. Sam reaches for another tissue. That makes sense, but how do I deal with my depression when it gets so intense? The question lingers in the air. I say, feel it here in the room with me. I can handle it. What is the pain telling you? Ask it questions. What can it teach you? The two of us lock eyes. He breathes slowly, and I think about the Tibetan practice of Tonglen, where one internalizes another's pain and sends back joy. Sam says, after some silent seconds, I feel better. I guess running from depression doesn't make it go away. It just goes underground. Yes, life is a kaleidoscope. To live fully, we have to embrace all the colors. My patient leaves the session looking less haunted. I feel heavy, but also light. I've earned my depression. It still sometimes weighs me down, but it's a grounding weight rather than a bottomless pit of sad belly. I'd rather dance with my demons than drown in them. One day I may commit suicide, but I doubt it. There is always another choice.